Hey guys, we're going to work on converting measurements. Converting is a fancy word for changing. What we're going to talk about is how you go about changing from one unit of measure to another. Okay? We have different units of measure because we have a lot of things that are different sizes. It doesn't matter if we're talking about length, if it doesn't matter if we're talking about weight, if it doesn't matter if we're talking about capacity, filling things up. Things are different sizes, so we need different measurements so we don't have to have these huge numbers. For example, if I wanted to measure the length of my pen, okay, I could use inches to measure because inches are short, and I could measure this in a number of inches. I wouldn't want to use miles to measure my pen because I'd have a decimal number that would be very big, many places in it. Because this is a very small part of a mile. Does that make sense? We need different types of measurements. So what we're going to work on now is how do you change from inches to feet? How do you change from quarts to gallons? How do you change from one type of measurement to another one? Doesn't matter what the measurements are, what they're measuring. You do this. We're going to do the same thing each time so that we can figure out, should I multiply to find how to change from one to the other, or should I divide to do that? I'm going to show you exactly what to do, so pay attention. All right. You're going to get a question. It's going to say something like, how many inches are in 4 feet? Okay? How many inches would be in 4 feet? And then you're going to have a part that's going to tell you how many inches are in a foot. It's going to give you the basic conversion. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to start by writing that basic conversion down. Don't skip steps. Do exactly what I'm showing you, and this is going to be easy to do. So I'm going to write 1 foot equals 12 inches. So I'm going to write 1 foot equals 12 inches. And now I'm going to go up to my problem. I'm going to see what it told me in the problem. Did it tell me the number of feet, or did it tell me the number of inches? Now, this is important. You're going to write underneath this, we're going to put feet under feet, and we're going to put inches under inches. We're going to put the same unit, the same kind of measurement underneath what we wrote on the top. Feet on the left, inches on the right. You can't put inches under the feet. That's going to mess everything up. So you have to have the same kind of measurement on the same side. So look up here in the question. What did it tell me? Did it tell me the number of inches, or did it tell me the number of feet? It told me the number of feet. 4 feet. So I'm going to come down here, and where it says feet, I'm going to put 4 feet. Well, now I've got 3 numbers. You're always going to end up with 3 numbers because we got to figure out that 4th one. Okay? So what we're going to look for now, once we set that up, feet over feet, inches over inches, I'm going to look to try to find 2 numbers that are in a diagonal. Okay? Where there's 1 here and 1 there, or 1 here and 1 there. So I'm looking for a diagonal. This way or that way. I don't care which way, as long as I have both numbers there. So looking at my numbers here, my diagonal is going to go from 12 to 4. There's my diagonal. And when you find your diagonal, we're going to multiply. Once you find your diagonal, we're going to multiply those 2 numbers. I'm going to do 4 times 12. 4 times 12. Now we're back into multiplication, and you should know how to do this, okay? 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4. I get 48. The last step, when you get that answer, you have to divide it by the number that we haven't used yet. And in this case, that's the 1. All right? It's pretty simple because we're dividing by 1, so we're going to get the same number. 48 divided by 1 is 48. So 4 feet will equal 48 inches. Okay? So I'm going to go through a couple of these. All right? So stay with me. Okay? How many feet are in 132 inches? How many feet are in 132 inches? Now again, 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. We get that first. You're going to have the conversion there for you. Okay? So we're going to write that down. 1 foot equals 12 inches. Okay? And now I'm going to put feet over feet. I'm going to put inches over inches. And And now I got to look up in my problem and see, what did the problem tell me? Did it give me another feet number, or did it give me an inches number? It says 132 inches. So I need to go over to my inch side and put 132. Okay? Now I have three numbers. I have the 1 and 12, and I have the 132. Now I'm going to look for that diagonal. Do I have a diagonal this way, or do I have a diagonal this way? What numbers are in my diagonal? It's 1 and 132. They're my diagonal. There's nothing here, right? I can't come with the 12. It's this. So I'm going to multiply those on the diagonal. 1 times 132 is 132. That's easy, right? Now I take that 132, 1 times 132 is 132, divided by 12. Now this is a division problem. 132 divided by 12. Okay? Now we're back to doing division. We learned this months ago. So you got to know how to do this. We're going to make our multiples of 12. Okay? 12 plus 12, 24. 24 plus 12, 36. 36 plus 12, 48. 48 plus 12, 60. And I'm going to stop there. If you put the first 5, if you need more, we can add more. But let's see how far we get with the first 5 multiples. Can I take 12 from 1? I can't. So I won't have a hundreds place in my answer. Can I take 12 from 13? I can. What gets me close? 12 gets me close. That's 12 times 1. 12 times 1. I'm going to subtract. 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. I'm going to bring down my 2. 12 from 12, it's going to be 12. That's 12 times 1 again. And then up here, how many feet was it? It was 11 feet. 11 feet makes 132 inches. Okay, let's look at another one. How many milliliters are in 8 liters? Now we change from milliliters to liters. That's measuring capacity. It doesn't matter what your two measurements are. As long as we're looking at this, we can do anything. Doesn't matter what they are. Okay? So I'm going to write 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. And again, now I'm going to put liters over liters and milliliters over milliliters. You have to put everything on the same side. Look up here. Does it give me milliliters or liters? It gives me liters right there. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to put an 8 here. And now I'm going to look for my diagonal. Okay? Where is it? It's 8 times 1,000. You know 8 times 1,000, right? What's 2 times 1,000? 2,000. What's 5 times 1,000? 5,000. What's 8 times 1,000? 8,000. And now I'm going to do 8,000 divided by 1, and it's still 8,000. So 8 liters would be 8,000 milliliters, because milliliters are very, very, very small. Okay? It doesn't matter if you know the measurements or not. This one, I'm being silly. I made up 2 measurements. Okay? In this one, I've got hoopies and dwarfs. They're not real. Okay? Hoopies and dwarfs. Doesn't matter, because I'm telling you how they convert. All right? How many hoopies are in 5 dwarfs? Well, 1 dwarf is equal to 15 hoopies. So I write that down. 1 dwarf is equal to 15. I'm going to abbreviate and call it hoopies. I'm going to call it hoop. All right? Now, I have to put dwarfs over dwarfs. And I got to put hoopies over hoopies. What did the problem tell me? Did it tell me dwarfs or did it tell me hoopies? It told me 5 dwarfs here. Okay? So I'm going to draw my diagonal now. Where's my diagonal? Right here. 5 times 15. 5 times 5, 25. 5 times 1, 5 plus 2, 7. 75 divided by 1. Remember, you got to divide by that third number. It's 75. 5 dwarfs would be 75 hoopies. Okay? When you're changing from one measurement to the other, okay? Write down what the basic conversion is, and then keep the units the same. A over A, B over B. Okay? Hoopies over hoopies, dwarfs over dwarfs. All right? And then look for your diagonal. You multiply on the diagonal, you divide by the number that's left over. Okay? Watch this a couple times if you need to. Work hard on the work that was sent home. Okay? Or have your parents make up a couple new ones. Okay? All right, work hard.